8 brutal interview truths no recruiter will ever tell you. Now, here is a quick question for you. Have you ever gone for an interview and felt like you prepared really well? Maybe even rehearsed in front of the mirror and then boom, you get rejected at the very first stage. You will walk out thinking, but I did everything right, so what went wrong? I know that pain, yeah, and here is the thing. Most of the time, it's not because you are not qualified, it's because there are hidden truths about interviews. Now, these are the things recruiters think but never say out loud. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what those things are. After being in a recruitment team, I have seen it all. And I'm going to share with you 8 brutal interview truths that can make or break your chances. Number 1 is don't talk too much. Let's start with the most common mistakes. Have you ever been so nervous that you just keep talking like you want to prove you know everything? So at the end, you give your whole life story. Here is the problem. After a while, recruiters stop listening. So to solve this, you just have to keep your answer short under 90 seconds. Think of it like answering a friend's question. For example, if your friend says, "Hey, what do you do for work?" You wouldn't talk for 10 minutes, right? You would just give a quick summary. After your answer, you can now add, "I am happy to go deeper if you would like." That shows confidence and respect for their time. Number 2, confidence is a balance. Yeah, confidence is important, but too much of it might feel like arrogancy. On the flip side, being overly nervous makes you look unsure of yourself. And recruiters are not only checking your skills, they are also checking your energy. Okay, this is what to do instead. Practice answering questions out loud. Don't just think in your head. Say it, record yourself, watch it back. If you find yourself glinging, good. That means you know what to improve, but just show good and positive energy. The third one is show how you think. Here is something you might not know. Recruiters already have your CV and they know what you've done. What they don't know is how you think. That's why generic answers don't work. Like saying, "I'm a hard worker" or "I am a team player." That tells us nothing. Instead, say something like, "Here is how I would approach that, step by step." Then walk them through your thought process. Okay, for example, if they ask, "How would you handle a tough client?" Don't just say, "I would be patient." Instead, you can explain, "Firstly, I would listen to the client carefully. Then I would summarize their concern to make sure I understood. Next, I would suggest options to solve the issue. And finally, you can say, I would follow up to confirm if they are satisfied." You see the difference? You are showing logic, not just throwing buzzwords. The fourth one, over rehearsing makes you sound fake. Okay, have you ever practiced so much that your answers sound like you are reading from a script? Recruiters can smell that a mile away, and it makes them think, is this person just memorizing answers or do they actually know what they are talking about? So instead of memorizing, focus on telling stories. For example, instead of saying, "I am a great communicator," you can say, "Last month, 3 teams in my company were confused about their roles, and I stepped in, created a simple plan, and got everyone aligned. As a result, the project was completed 2 weeks earlier." Stories are specific, and specific equal to believable. The fifth one, weakness questions test self-awareness. You know that dreaded question, "What is your biggest weakness?" And most people try to dodge it. They say things like, "Oh, I am just a perfectionist." Recruiters hate that. We don't want excuses. We want honesty. Here is the formula to answer it. For example, I used to struggle with speaking up in a meeting, but I joined a public speaking club and pushed myself to practice. Now I am much more comfortable sharing my ideas at work. That shows growth and that shows maturity. The sixth one, the first 10 minutes decides everything. Okay, here is the harsh truth. Recruiters usually know in the first 10 minutes if they will hire you or not. Yeah. The rest of the interview is just a confirmation. That means your introduction should be critical. So have a short and clear opener ready. Say who you are, what you do, and one strong highlight about yourself. Excuse me. For example, you can say, "Hi, I am Sarah and I have worked in customer service for 5 years. And last year I was awarded Employee of the Month 3 times for solving customer issues quickly." That's short and memorable. The seventh one, your question reveals who you are. At the end, when they say, "Do you have any question for us?" don't think it's casual. This part reviews your thinking. And don't ask basic things like, "What's the salary?" or "What's culture?" or "What's the culture like?" Those can come later, yeah. You can ask smart strategic questions like, "What's the biggest challenge the team is facing right now?" Or "What would success in this role look like in the first 6 months?" Those questions makes you look serious and forward thinking. Okay, here is the final one, the eighth one. Most interviewers are winging it. Here is the biggest secret. Many hiring managers don't even have a clear plan. They are just asking questions on the spot. So how do you help them and help yourself? You have to structure your answer clearly. You can use this formula: challenge, action, outcome, and learning. For example, we had a project that was behind schedule. That is challenge. I created a new timeline and reassigned tasks. That is action. As a result, we finished on time. That is outcome. And I learned how important it is to communicate deadline early. That is learning. That's clear, easy to follow, and makes you look like a pro. Interview with companies you are less excited about first. Treat them as a practice runs. That way, by the time you get to the company you really want, you have warm up confident and ready. It's not unethical, it's just a strategy. And this is the final thought. Here is what I want you to remember. Interviewing is not about perfection. It's a skill. And like any skill, the more you practice, the better you get. The best candidates, they rehearse, they reflect, they adjust, and they repeat. You don't need to walk into that room being flawless. No, you just need to walk in prepared. Now, let me hear from you. What is the toughest interview question you have ever been asked? Drop it in the comments. I might break it down in my next video.